Chickadees, welcome to a new video, a new year and a new decade. Today I will be talking about my 2019 plans and how they went, and then my 2020 plans, which are quite fun. And at the same time I will be unpicking this glove because it's part of my 2020 plans, and I find when I'm talking to the camera I start moving a lot and kind of jiggle and move, and it's kind of distracting, so I thought if I can keep my hands busy then it will be a nicer filming experience. So we started the year with our 2019 Make 9 plans, and looking back on it a few weeks ago I thought I hadn't done that well on it actually, but once I had done the review on Instagram I realised I had done actually very well. I got, 6 definitely completed, 2 I didn't get to photograph. That was my stays and my waistcoat corset. And the ones I didn't get done was the cape cloak and the jacket. So in tallying everything up and doing the review, I kind of realised I tried to do a make 12 because for one of them I tried to do 4 ensembles in once, and that was slightly ambitious and didn't work. So I've got like 3 of them half done and one I haven't even started. So that was a bit silly of me. But oh well, they were fun to do, and you know, they're fun to complete this year. 3 of them I have included in this year's Make 9, but they are individual items. So we have a bodice for the 1870s ensemble, we have a dress for the Edwardian based ensemble, and then we have the jacket, which I'm kind of taking from the last Make 9 as well. So I was happily bimbling along, doing my Make 9, doing a few other bits as well. I got into making these shirtwaists, which I have a video on, so I'll link that down below and in the iCard up above for you. And doing really well, and then LARP happened. I decided to go to a LARP event, and for that I had to make an entire costume in a week and a half, and it broke me. I made a kirtle, a St. Bridget cap, some veils, an apron, a shift, and then collect up, you know, random props and stuff like herbs and stuff like that.
James made me a belt.
Huh?
James made me a belt.
James made me a belt. I don't think I've actually shown that one or talked about that one. It's a very nice belt. It matches his, or complements his, because in character we didn't know each other on the first event. I also was asked to make coifs for friends in LARP, and then from that I also got more commissions for coifs and a Venetian style jacket, which you might have seen on the latest vlog. So I've been working on that. Okay. That segues nicely into the beginning of the year, as I am still working on the lead coat, and I've got a fitting in a couple of days, and then I can, you know, actually start making the actual one. I'm really excited because there's going to be loads of gold trim and it's all going to be fancy, and yeah. So I'm really excited to work on it. It's really nice to get out of my comfort zone and do something a bit different, because I haven't done a lot of men's clothing. I've made bits and bobs for James. It's just different when you're working with somebody else, not someone you know. The experience of doing poofy sleeves, these ones, has actually come in quite useful for this coat, which is quite nice. We are going to the Prior Attire 2020 Victorian Ball in Bath in May, so there are certain things that I have to get done by May. So I've put these in my 2020 Make 9 because I have a deadline, and I work quite well when I have a deadline. The first item is actually gloves. So that's why I am unpicking these to get a pattern from them, because they fit very well. It probably would be far easier just to buy some gloves, but we have a lot of leather in the studio that was left over from one of the previous tenants, and I just thought it would be fun to try and do as much as possible. And I mean, it's May, so that's 4 months. Then for that ensemble, I also want to make a new chemise and obviously a new ball gown. I'm going to use the same truly Victorian bodice pattern that I used for my other ball gown, with a few tweaks. Now that I know how to tweak it and what tweaks I need to make, hopefully it will turn out better than the other one did. Although the other one is perfectly fine and perfectly usable. I am hopefully going to Goldhawk Road in a few weeks with Kittenish Behaviour and the peeps, so I will take you guys along with me, and we are going to get some silk. With the ball and the amount of stuff I have to make and deadlines and things like that, I am not going to be quite as ambitious and try and fit 4 ensembles into one. As I mentioned a bit earlier, I'm carrying over certain parts of those ensembles. So we have the 1970s bodice, and a jacket. But I'm not going to make, whole ensembles for the Make 9 thing. I would like to get the 1870s ensemble finished before May, because it's International Nurses Day on the 12th of May, and I would like to get it finished and photographed and stuff before that, because it's based on nurses' uniforms. We have 3 things left for the Make 9. We have a waistcoat fronted jacket, which is going to be a pattern from the Keystone Guide of Pattern Cutting. It's the one before Bernadette used in her Sherlock video. She used one from, I think it was 1895. The one I'm using is from 1891 or 92. And I'll have a video on that one a bit later in the year. And then we have more Lark kit. I have recently rewatched the Merlin series, and there were some costumes that Guinevere wore that really kind of inspired me and I wanted to wear. And I found last year that the wool was great in the evenings and overnight when it got a bit colder, but in the afternoons it was a tiny bit warm. And we celebrate a thing called Wassail, which is sharing everything we've grown and made throughout the year. And we walk around the field and we do dancing and things like that, and the wool got a bit warm, so I would like to make a new outfit. Originally I was kind of thinking of doing a kirtle and surcoat combination, but then something Guinevere was wearing inspired me, and it was a kind of a really light white underdress with gathering around the neckline. And there are 2 different kind of overdresses she wears. She wears one with short sleeves that come to about there, which I can't decide whether I like or not. But then she also wears one which just has thin straps there and kind of straight across the bodice, which I really, really like. So I'm considering, because our colours are brown and red, to do the underdress in brown and to do the overdress in red, but probably a deeper red, not like a really bright scarlet red. I think that would look really nice. And to keep it plain, because we are farmers after all. There is a nation that is more Arthurian. They are called the Dawn, and they are proper, let's make our armour nice and shiny, and yeah, they do everything for show. Whereas we are simpler, So I think Guinevere's costumes kind of complement that nicely. The last project I would like to complete is a cape coat or a cloak. I found wearing these blouses, normal coats don't really fit over the sleeves. And I'll be making a few jackets and things like that, but I want something a bit warmer in winter. Not that we're having much of a winter here at the moment. It's just very grey and very dull, which is a bit boring. I'm finding that things just don't fit over these sleeves, and it's kind of annoying. So I would like to make one of those things just to have something nice to wear in winter. So those are my 2020 plans. If you would like to keep up to date, then subscribe, give me a like or a comment, and I'll have all my links down below. And I hope you have a fabulous start to the new year. Bye.